A very good morning, students, and welcome to the class once again. Students, in this paper, we have to study Girish Karnad'S play Tughlaq. Today, we will come to know about the chief highlights of the play. Students, this is the second play written by Girish Karnad. His first play was Yayati, that was a self-consciously existentialist drama on the theme of responsibility. Tughlaq, his second play, was published in Kannada language in the year 1964. This drama was an immediate success on stage. The play was first produced in Kannada in the year 1965 and was also produced by National School of Drama in Hindi in the same year. Its Bengali Marathi productions followed, and in 1973 there was an English production in Bombay which was a major success. Tughlaq is a historical play dealing with the last 5 years of the troubled reign of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The action of the play takes place first of all in Delhi in the year 1327 and then on the road from Delhi to Daulatabad and lastly in and around the fort of Daulatabad 5 years later. Students, before writing Tughlaq, Girish Karnad read a lot from history. He himself says that when I came to Tughlaq, I said, "Oh, marvelous, that is what I wanted." In those days of existentialism was very much in the air. To be considered mad was very much fashionable. Everything about Tughlaq seemed to fit into what I had read was the correct thing to do, which was to be mad and do impossible things and so on. So students, Karnad started reading about Tughlaq. So he read Ishwari Prasad. After reading Ishwari Prasad, Karnad read more detailed accounts of reign of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Students, he read Ziauddin Barni's Tarikh-e-Firoz Shahi, Masalik al-Absar by al-Marshi, Ibn Battuta's Travels and Badayani's Tarikh-e-Mubarak Shahi. Girish Karnad mostly follows traditional sources which present before us a prejudiced and biased view of life and times of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, a visionary and idealist, but at the same time the most misunderstood monarch of his time. Sometimes Karnad deviates from historical sources wherever he thought it necessary for artistic and dramatic purposes. Students, this drama by Girish Karnad is a classic of Indo-Anglian drama. There is no play in Kannada comparable to Tughlaq in its depth and range. Students, it is a minor classic of dramatic literature. The English translation, which has been ably done by Karnad himself, is eagerly welcomed by readers eager to know what is happening in the Indian languages. So, Tughlaq should be as rewarding an experience to teach and to study as it has been to see on the stage all over India. Students, when we go through the text, we come to realize that Tughlaq is a drama of intrigue. There are intrigues and counter intrigues, and these reflect the contradiction in the characters of Tughlaq. When we go through the play, we see that the first scene opens with the conflict between followers and opponents of Tughlaq, who has annoyed the Orthodox Muslims by his reformatory policies and tolerance for all religions due to consideration to Hindus, abolition of jizya tax, change of capital from Delhi to Daulatabad, which is a Hindu-dominated city, and his strong and unfailing sense of justice. The Orthodox people fail to understand Tughlaq's idealism and reformatory zeal and condemn him as an enemy of Islam. Students, in fact, Tughlaq is a devout Muslim with full faith in Holy Quran, but his rationalistic and ideal views are beyond the comprehension of his subjects. People think Tughlaq is guilty of patricide and fratricide. Rebellions are there. Thus, from the very first scene, the play revolves on opposite and the ideal and the crafty in Tughlaq's character. Students, in the drama Tughlaq, Karnad has very skillfully used various symbols to convey his meaning. He has used symbols like chess, prayer, and python in his drama. The chess symbolizes the Sultan's duality and intriguing nature. The prayer symbol has been used as a basis for the play. The Muslim amirs, along with Sheikh Shamsuddin, a pacifist priest, hatch a conspiracy to murder Tughlaq at prayer time. The use of prayer for murder reminds us of Tughlaq's heinous act of murdering his own father at prayer time, about which he is so particular. The python symbol reveals Tughlaq's inhumanity and bloodthirstiness. How suggestive is the python symbol? Yes, it is a long passage, a big passage, coiled like an enormous hollow python inside the belly of the fort, and we shall be far, far happier when the python breaks out and swallows everything in sight, every man, woman, child, and beast. Unquote. So, students, these were some of the chief points related to the drama Tughlaq. Tughlaq's idealism, scholarship, visionary temperament, and zeal for innovation, religious tolerance, and generosity. Karnad closely follows historical sources. A rationalist in both politics and religion, Karnad portrays how Tughlaq was a victim of the wrath of Orthodox Muslims like Barni, who thought him to be a non-believer in Islam. Karnad has depended on ancient historical sources in delineating Tughlaq's character. So, students, when we go through the play, we very well know that one can enjoy the play on the stage without paying much attention to its rich and complex symbolism and the subtle weaving of its different motifs. Students, this drama has an interesting story, an intricate plot, scope for spectacle, and it uses dramatic conventions like the comic pair Aziz and Azam, to which theatre audiences have responded readily. Students, this much for today. We will continue with the drama.